Today, let's Maiden this thing. It's the AtomRC Penguin, a small twin-motor FPV airplane. I got it only a few days ago, assembled everything. There is even a 3-hour live stream of me fighting with this thing with some adventures. Because, for example, in the process I managed to smoke the original flight controller. 100% my fault, but now everything is set up, enough is installed, we should have all the function, including the DJI digital FPV in the nose, and the only thing that is left, well, it's time to put this thing into the air and see how it actually flies. I'm kinda afraid of the wind, because I don't want to throw in that direction, although from there the wind comes. I will have to throw in that direction, you know, just to have slightly more space for things that might happen. And, well, the GPS beeped. Time to go. Arm. Ow. Throttle up. Yeah, it requires some... It requires some throttle to fly. I think I will have to disable the differential thrust. No, absolutely, I will have to disable the differential thrust. It's super hard to fly with the differential thrust on. But it flies. I'm not used to flying with the yaw control on the airplane. Doable, but you have to remember that you have to do the coordinated turn exactly like with the drone, or it doesn't really want to fly. I like it. Looks pretty stable in the air. So far everything is great. I have not tuned this thing at all. This is just a default tune from iNav. Not even default tune from the AtomRC, because like I said, I burned the flight controller and I had no backup. Let's bring this thing down. And let's fly FPV. Flies like a brick. Not really a glider. But survived the treatment. Looks... there's a dirt in the nose, but this is, I think, only a minor inconvenience. So, let's fly with the FPV on. Landing is definitely something of the issue. I wonder if my center of the gravity is not too far to the front, because it just drops the nose and hits the ground and takes all the dirt in this area. One more time, this time with the center of the gravity slightly to the back. Let's see what will happen. Much better. I would like to thank all my Patrons and YouTube channel members for their support. You guys are the main reason this channel keeps going. If you are not one of them, then please consider becoming one for as little as $2 a month. It's fun. I like it. First of all, let's begin with the good things. I'm surprised how stable this airplane is when there is no big wind. When I was flying slightly higher, when the air was just slightly cleaner, it just cut through the air like butter. Super smooth flying experience. However, closer to the ground, especially in this weather we have right now, when from time to time there are stronger gusts of the wind and the air is just bumpy, the model also feels bumpy. But well, this is kinda expected, small, light and agile. And yeah, this thing is agile and this thing has a shitload of pitch authority. I would have to guess that it even has more pitch authority than the roll authority. INAV during the auto-tune procedure decided that the pitch rate is around 200 dps, while the roll rate is only 180. This is not something you see every day, because usually the roll is much more sensitive than pitch. The option to have the differential steering and some kind of the yaw authority requires you to get used to how the differential steering works. If you are used to flying your airplanes only with the right stick, roll and pitch, you might be surprised. With the differential steering on and while not touching the yaw stick at all, this thing just doesn't want to turn at all. So to actually make a turn with enabled differential steering, you have to fly this thing like a multi-rotor drone. You know, coordinated turn when you use both roll, pitch and yaw to do what you want in the air. At the end, I set it up in the way that I do still have differential steering when I use the stick, however the yaw stabilization is disabled. I just pulled P and I and D sliders on the yaw to 0. And finally, this thing is super picky in terms of the center of the gravity. You have to be spot on, maybe even slightly to the back, to be able to land graciously. If not, it will not flare, it will just nosedive, take a lot of dirt into this opening in the front, and well, you will have to clean it. So yeah, precisely set up center of the gravity, maybe even move it like 1 or 2 millimeters to the back to be able to land without much of the hassle. And at the end, yeah, I like it. It's small, it's light, it's fun to fly. I think I will be using this thing a lot this season. Here's the next video you should watch. In the meantime, this was the FPV University. I'm Paweł Spychalski. Thank you very much for watching and, like always, happy flying!